Hi my crafty friends, it's Creative Chez back again with another Aliexpress haul. Before we get to the haul, I'd like to thank everybody for liking, subscribing and making your comments. I'd like to also thank you for allowing me to reach 500 plus subscribers, and to let you know from now on at the end of every video I plan to do a shout out to one of my crafty subscribers. And if you would like to be one of those, then perhaps you could leave a comment sometime during the video. Okay, let's get this haul started. Firstly, I've got this very nice background die. It has multiple uses. Now, it will cut out obviously every part of this one here, so I've cut you a sample. It was $6.87. It cuts out beautifully. This is what it looks like. It also cuts the rectangular piece out as well. Multiple uses. So I'll show you what I made with this and a couple of other dies shortly. But there's your sample here. $6.87. Right. Next, I got this very cute Hippopotamus Dye. The die was $2.02, and as usual, I've cut you our sample. Fits in the palm of my hand, so it's sizable. $2.02. Next, I got this bottle brush kind of die. Basically, and this die here is a reed die, so it's quite a good size. The die itself was $2.61, and as usual, I've cut you a sample, and there you go. So you can see, it's quite nice. Okay, I've showed you the first three dies. Now I want to show you a sample of a card that I've just made using those three dies in particular. And here it is. I wanted to do something unusual with the background die. A lot of people are just using it as a background. In one of my earlier hauls you would have seen a wood grain stamp set that I bought, and I made a sample, and I've used the sample to make a crate, and I've put the reeds behind them and two of the hippopotamuses in there. Not quite sure how I'm going to finish the card, what sort of sentiment I was going to put on there. Maybe it's twins, congratulations. I'm not sure. Maybe have a suggestion and you can leave a comment in the box below, and I can decide what to do with it to finish it off. But I think it's rather cute. Let me know what you think. Okay, next one. My next die is also a background die. Quite a good size. This die was $4.30. I cut you a sample. I was playing with my inks and decided to green her up. So it's a very good size. $4.30 as I said. I also made you a card sample. For Easter I made this card. Sorry about the glare from the plastic. I think it's quite cute. So there you have it. My next die, also a background die, is a wave kind of background. This die here was $4.98, also a very good size, as usual. I cut you a sample, come around here. These things obviously come out, and like I said, $4.98. I also made a series of cards which I put on Instagram, so I'll show you. So it's this one, sorry about the glare, this one, love penguins, can't you tell, this one, and this one, which is a snowman. So I thought they were rather cute. The die has been useful, so just another way you could use it. Okay, my next die is quite small. It's a set of 4 dies. The die itself was $3.53, and I've cut it out for you. Maybe I'll use a bigger piece of paper. Okay, so solid, that's that one, So there's the 4 as solid. And I also cut them out to make them into frame shots. So one inside another. So I had this one, this one, this one, and this one. Just so you know, you can use the inside and an outside of the die. $3.53. I also made some cards using the die, which I'll also show you. Here we are, using some sloth stickers I had and a word die I had from Kaiser Craft. Be happy, be bright, be you. I thought they were rather cute. Basic but cute. Next I have this background die. Very nice. You could use it for parties, celebrations, you know, Happy New Year, anything you like. This die here was $5.16. It's a very good size. You can use it for a shaker as well, which is what I've done. And this is the shaker card I made. Hopefully you can see that without too much glare. So quite cute. Okay, with that one I used another die. I used this die here, which says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I cut it out for you. This die here was $2.91. And here is the font. I like the font, it's very good. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. So quite a good size. As I said, the font's very nice, and it was $2.91. And as you can see, again, I've used it at the bottom of this card here. Okay, on to the next one. Next, I purchased this nice die here. This die here was $2.50. Sorry about the glare. It's quite a nice size die. Again, I'll cut you a sample. So basically it's fairly, all the filigrees are ornate, and then you get the cutout circle as well. So that one there, $2.50. Good size, good price. Next, I bought this background die, quite a good size, $5.28. Looked a bit like fireworks and whatnot for me. $5.28, perfectly good size. Again, cut your sample. Hopefully you can see all the detail there. Okay. Next die was this very cute swan. It cuts out the swan and embosses all the detail into the swan. The die itself was $2.02. And again, I'll cut you a sample. Hopefully you won't get too much glare from it. If you can see the embossing on it. Next, I bought this Foliage Dye. This die here is a good size. It was $4.60. Good for your jungle themed cards or florals if you'd like. You can put, you know, you can put on a mermaid card and use it as reeds in the water, or some coral, that sort of thing. $4.60 as usual. I cut your sample, and there's the sample there. It's quite large actually, so you can have it this way, or you could turn it around and have it hanging downward. So there's that. Now, also got a stamp set. I like the font. So here's the stamp set here. It's got so fabulous, amazing, gorgeous, awesome, beautiful, wonderful. You are simply hello bee. That's what you are. You make life. I think you're make today, and absolutely. That stamp set there cost $4.55. Okay, and just to let you see how it goes, I've made this card using all of those items. So I've used this die, the background die, the swans, the stamp and the foliage. So there's the card. It's quite nice. I try to use my dies more than once. If I can't use it more than 2 or 3 times, I don't buy them because it's just a complete waste of money. So basically I've used all of the previous products on one card itself. I actually coloured the beaks of the swans in, put in a bead for an eye, and I've gone with a silver watercolour pencil and did the details in so you could see them better. I actually got ink directly onto the die and tried to ink it and whatnot. It didn't turn out all that good, but it's still okay. Again, you can let me know what you think. Just write a comment below. My next item is also another stamp set. It says, never let your friends get lonely, keep disturbing them. A perk of being my friend is the crazy level can not get any higher, and a good friend knows all the stories, but a best friend is in them. So that stamp set there was $2.83. And I made a card and I didn't know what kind of sentiment to put on it. So here's the card. And as you can see, I've used the stamp set with never let your friends get lonely, keep disturbing them. Okay, next thing, another stamp set here about friends. It says, bras are like friends, the good ones never leave you hanging. Bravissimo, thank you for your support. Bosom buddies, lean on me when you're not strong. They help you hold it together when things are falling apart. They don't care if you're a boob. Hang in there. So basically, I thought they were very cute. This was $2.31. The next thing I'm showing you is a die. It's basically birds on a wire. The die itself was 63 cents. And of course I've cut you a sample. There's the sample. So quite nice. Okay, now again I'd made a card previous. I didn't know how to finish it off. So basically I finished it off with the words friends, the good ones never leave you hanging, they help you hold it together when things are falling apart, and thanks for your support, all on one card. And I've used the birds of a wire going in the pattern there and added the sun. So just trying to make different ways of using the dies and the stamp sets that I buy. So probably would never have thought of doing that before I got the stamp set. I was actually going to use it to make a breast cancer card for a friend of mine. But I had this one sitting there and I thought I'll finish it off. Okay, next I purchased these 2 dies. These 2 little cherubs. One is like a Satan cherub because he's got the pitchfork, and the other one is a good one and it's got a heart. Okay, they're $1.39 each rather than being a pair. And as usual, I've cut you a sample of both. I thought they were rather cute, nice size. And as it was Valentine's Day, I decided to use them on a card. Sorry about any glare. Here's the card. It's card number 1. I'll take it out of the bag. Card number 1. As you can see, it's a shaker card. And I didn't use the devil on either one of these cards. I just used the good one. So there's that one. And the second one was this card here. So just basic cards. But I don't generally do Valentine's Day cards. So for the purpose of the sample, I made 2. Here you are. $1.39 each. Not bad value. Right, next I have this die here. It's a circular one. It's got moons and stars in it. It's quite nice. The die itself was $3.73. As usual, I've given you a sample. Okay, so cut out, that's what it looks like. All the little moons and stars are out of it. Notice it doesn't actually cut the outer rim of it in, it just cuts into the card. Okay, but you can use the little cutouts in, you can put them back in different colours and whatnot to make a universe if you prefer. I did. Okay, it also cuts out the frame and the centre circle. It's got some nice stitching detail around the edges of those two pieces as well. Okay, also I actually embossed it onto the card, if you can see that. Looks quite good embossed and the stuff's in it. And then if you cut another one as I did, you could use the pieces to place back onto the moons and stars that way to make it 3D like. That's good. The die, $3.73, good value. Okay. For the purposes of the video, I actually made a card. If you remember, I showed you this in my last video, the moon die. And this is what I did with it. I made this card here with it. I've stamped the moon images from the moon stamp, and I've cut the image into the black cardstock and backed it with a glittered white one. I've also made a Marvin the Martian and coloured him, and then put a bit of glossy accents over him. I found some chipboard lettering in my stash. It was perfectly green to match the Marvin, and then I had some little punches, and I've done You're Out of This World with the punches. I thought it came out rather sweet, really, so that was quite nice. So that's what I did with those. Next I purchased this die here, which basically is a cityscape, the moon, and a circle to place it in. The die itself was $4.61. It's quite a nice size. It's a very thin cutting line. I tried cutting this in foam and it just didn't matter whether I used a shimmer plate or other things, it just wouldn't cut very well. I tried doing it in black glitter cardstock and it kept ripping. It just did not cut very well. So the cutting lines really need to be a bit more thicker in order for it to work well with that. But a thinner cardstock and it works fine. So that there, $4.61. I purchased this die here, which is a Christmas die, obviously. It says ho ho ho, has the Santa, its little image. I thought it was bigger, but that's okay. It's still a reasonable size. This one here was $5.49 as usual. I've cut to a sample, and basically it's quite nice. You could put it on the front of a square card and put paper behind it, so, or back it with a glitter paper and or an inked background. So that's that one there, $5.49. Okay. I used those two dies and made this card here. So basically I had the cityscape, the circle, and the moon die, which I also used, and I've cut out Santa and his reindeer from the ho 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 section, and I couldn't fit the rest of the reindeer in, which is what I wanted to do, so I've cut them off. So I've only got Santa's sleigh and one reindeer, and then I've put it in and made it a shaker card. And the Merry Christmas came from the word dies that I showed you in a previous haul. So basically quite a cute card. I'll show you another die I bought. I bought this die here, which has got a frame and a Parisian background. I thought it's a lovely size. The die itself was $4.32. Okay, as again, I'll cut a sample to show you. Instead of just creating a normal sample, I've created a box card utilising it. So basically I've put it down the back there as the base of the background, and then I've reused the lady die that I bought in the last haul, and I've placed her onto the front of the card. So it's basically like a shadow box card, a box card. So you can tell me what you think of these cards in the comments below, whether you like them, whether you think I should have done something different. But there's that one for the sample. Next, everybody's been purchasing this stamp set here. It's the Mermaid Set, so I won't go into too much detail about what's on it because I'm sure everybody has seen it. So I not only bought the stamp, I got the matching die set. The stamp and the die set came together and it was only $6.13. I did cut the characters out to see if the stamps and dies matched perfectly, because I actually have had some duds where they don't. The cut line's on the wrong side or it's the wrong size. So, but this one was perfect, so I had no troubles. Again, $6.13 for the dies and the stamp sets. Next, I purchased these tag dies. They've got obviously the banner type tag, plus they've got the you know, fishtail kind of ends and the rounded off ends, so they go together. This die here was $3.52. So again, I've cut you some samples. So here's a large one, and then again you can use that and make it like that. That's quite nice. And the smaller one, and there's the smaller die, oops, with the rounded end. So it basically looks like this if you put them together. Again, $3.52. The next die set I have for you is this lovely oval set. Obviously it has the decorative oval there, has a cut oval in the center and one that cuts a pattern into there. This die here was $5.69. Again, I've cut you a sample. Now, if you just cut the big oval, this is what you get if you place the inner oval inside the big one. So you cut the two together and this is what you get. And then if you cut the three together, you get the cutout here. You also get the parts that fall out of this one here as well. You can put them back if you prefer in different colours or whatever else, and you can use that as a background. Again, it was $5.69. Goodbye. To show you what I've done with that. The last three items that I've shown you, I've made this card. I've used the banners or the tag dies to make this. The stamp set, I used the You Are Mermazing. This is a mermaid that I had in my last haul, and this is the background of that, and this is the cutout section refilled with the paper from another cut section. So there's that one there. Let me know what you think about that one. Okay. Now that was the last part of my haul. I thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, making a comment. And we're at the end of the video obviously, so I'd like to make a shout out to Linda Spalding. Every time I show some dyes, she gets enabled to buy more dyes. She's becoming an addict on Aliexpress, apparently. I'm happy, you know, to enable anybody to buy dyes, and hopefully my samples get you, you know, motivated and into creating some beautiful things. I'd like to see what some people create with the dyes that I've also purchased. The other lady I'd like a shout out to is a lady called Roxanne Tucker. I'd like to thank you for her suggestions and her questions, and I will get to the other videos of requests for duds and other things, and I will make more samples on my dye collections from her suggestions. I'd also like to say hello to Barbara Exume. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And I'd like to thank you for all the love and the comments that she's been making on all of my videos, not just the previous one. Again, I'd like to say thank you for getting me to 500 plus subscribers. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.